Hi, Jay Frederick Smith here, Continental Realty of Jackson. We're at 976 West 12th Street on a Easter Friday morning. We're going to be looking at this vacant property here. I think it's 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, off grade, obviously, because it's up pretty high, as you can see here. And this is on a dead end road right off of Moncrief. Moncrief is right there, as you can see. And in any case, I thought you would like to have a look at what the neighborhood looks like here, what is the properties around it. Also notice that we have the freeway right here, what basically that means is that there's going to be some road noise. Doesn't really mean that there's a problem. There's no exit or anything. And this is a dead end road, which makes this a little bit better as far as the neighborhood goes. So properties nearby and next door, so you get a kind of a feel for what this is looking like. They're doing some road work down the street there, so I was unsure that I was even going to be able to get to this today. But in any case, let's take a quick walk around the outside of this property and see what we've got. So first thing, off grade, built up high. They built these high so that there would be less issue with flooding. There's probably some kind of a drainage ditch or something, I would say, back there, which is why we have all of that greenery, but we'll see. We'll probably get a little closer here. Front porch has a cement top. This is a nice cement, solid cement porch put in after the house was built. You have some rails missing for the rail. Windows here on this front part of the house look like probably they are double pane vinyl, or not vinyl but aluminum framed windows. Can't tell for sure if they're double pane from looking out here, but we'll get up to the front and then we'll check. Okay, some obvious damage to underneath the porch area here. The porch cover has some damage. That's like water damage is what that is. But this is a metal roof now, so I'm not sure that is a new issue. It's probably a much older issue. So in any case, let's get a look at the rest of the outside. A little dry rot there on the soffit. Okay, so this is a obviously fairly new little piece of a fence. It's not a whole fence, it's just a piece of a fence, probably for privacy, to hide the new AC and cage. That's what I would say. They put that there. You don't see this from the street. And this is definitely new AC and cage, but sometimes these are susceptible to theft. People like them, so thus the cage. This is brick pilings that we're seeing this house built on, and as you can tell, this lattice is really, really tall to cover or enclose that crawl space, so you don't have vermin getting in there or stray animals. There is a chimney up on the roof. What the function of that is at this point, hard to say, whether it's something that's actually being used or not, but it looks like it's been capped recently. I can see some kind of metal work up at the top. So and when I say capped, I don't mean that it's been closed off necessarily, but that's a possibility. Could be something else. So these windows are the same all the way around, and they're installed crooked, and I don't know why that is. I guess the window casing is crooked, but the window itself is installed, and you look at the gap here compared to the gap there. What is up with that? That's almost a 3/4 inch height difference, or at least a 1/2 inch height difference between here and here, and I wonder why it's that way. These are actually, unfortunately, single pane, so I was wrong. They're not double pane. Single pane aluminum windows, so they've been there for a while. Coming around to the back, the deck has been recently rebuilt, as you can see, with new wood. This does not look like treated wood, though. So when they built this deck, they just used, so we've got some prime timber, but not treated timber. for this deck, which means this really needs to be painted right away, and it needs to stay painted. You're not going to be able to let that get exposed, because this stuff is designed for an interior, not for the outside of a house, and it's going to go bad really, really fast. Little porch cover looks nice. The original siding is up there still. There is some lead-based paint peeling. You know, they just painted over that because unfortunately that's basically what you have to do. I don't see any rot issues on the siding or the soffits. The roof is still that metal roof here. I can't really see it very well because I don't have a lot of room to back up, but probably the metal roof. And they also, by the way, the rafters, as you can see, were rotted out on the ends. The rafter ends are pretty rotted here, but they have married some other pieces of wood in there to give that roof the support that it needs at the end. So that's okay. Would have been better if they had taken that rotten wood out, but that's the way it is. T111 siding on this back part here. All of this is T111 siding. The metal roof has some staining from the debris from the tree falling down on it, but you know, it's a metal roof, so probably won't be an issue. Okay. And they've recased some of these windows. This is actually a newer window that's here, probably for the bathroom. This one also is a newer window, new casing, but they did not seal up their screw holes for the trim around that. And that really needs some silicone put on there to keep those screw heads from either allowing moisture into the wood or rusting out themselves. Okay, so far the lattice, except for right here, has been solid the whole way around the house. There is, as you can see here, one opening, and that would need to be corrected. You definitely don't want to have a place where something like an animal could crawl in, and that is definitely big enough for even a good-sized dog to get in there if it needed to, which means raccoons, cats, rats, snakes, everything else is still going to be able to get in there, and you don't want that. This is very close to the house next door, maybe less than 10 feet. And as a result of that, you don't get a lot of light back here, which means that you're getting some staining on this wall, probably runoff from the roof, running down the wall here. And so this siding, you're gonna really wanna make sure that it is kept well painted and sealed up. Any screws like this, the heads are still out, they need to be screwed down tight and silicone put on each one of those to make sure that there's not going to be any further issues there, because with the water running down on a wood surface, you know what that leads to. Soffits look okay on this side. I'm not seeing any problems there. We're back to the single pane aluminum windows. So, you know, the outside of the house is okay. The lot's not huge. The backyard is okay, but it could use some cleanup. And the front, well, this is what you have for the front. Not much, but that doesn't mean it couldn't be a nicer look. Chain link definitely could be painted. This could be cleared up and some grass actually put down. You have plenty of room for that on the side over here next to that big tree. So we didn't get a chance to look in the ditch, but I guess at this point it's not something we really need to do. And let's go ahead and get inside and take a look around on the inside of the house. Okay, here we go. I'll see you in just a moment on the inside.